Hello, sir.
Hey, man, what's up?
I was got hit by a bus, but
Nice.
other than that, we are all good. Little commute detour going on here today.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. We can start the show off watching idiots.
By cussing?
So on that note, welcome to another episode of The Commute.
I will be your driver.
I will be your passenger. So did you get hit with any dumb April Fools?
Dumb April Fools now. The joke was on me all day since I spent 6.5 hours in the car already.
That is a joke. Only one more hour to go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. I figured, being April Fool's Day, I never really knew how the day came about. So I thought I'd do a little research.
Okay.
Figure out.
Sounds interesting.
See what's going on. Turns out, no one really knows.
What?
Everybody thinks they know, and then with every story came someone else saying why that couldn't be. And this is how it happened. And then someone else would go on and why it couldn't be because this is how it happened. And there were a lot of different stories. I guess, let's see, I first came across, they said it was a Roman festival of Hilaria that they would celebrate on December 28th.
Okay.
That seems to be a popular one because still to this day, in Spanish-speaking countries, that's when they celebrate April Fool's Day.
Oh, okay. All right.
So people stuck with that. But there's so many theories, no one really knows. It goes as far back as the 1300s. But the absolute most popular one, the Romans celebrated New Year's on April 1st, way long ago.
Okay.
In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII decided it was time for a new calendar, and the new year would start on January 1st.
Right.
But then some people wanted to fight against that, especially because it was a pope making the ruling, that they decided they were still going to celebrate it on April 1st. That was still their new year.
Uh-huh.
So when April 1st would come around, anyone that was celebrating the holiday then, people would mock and make fun of.
Oh, okay.
And they would call them the April Fools.
Uh-huh.
So then they would make fun of them, try to play pranks on them, try to make them look as stupid as they could.
That makes the most sense to me.
Because, right, and that was the most popular one. But, and hence, that's where they got it. But it's called something different in every country. It's
So it's hard to pin
kind of
down.
celebrated in different ways. He said in Italy what they do is, and I don't know how anyone continues to fall for this, they'll make a letter and they'll put it in an envelope and they'll say to someone, you need to deliver this letter to so-and-so. And they'll take a letter and go to bring it to so-and-so, and they're supposed to tell them, you have to deliver this letter to so-and-so. And it goes on, and then if someone decides they want to read the letter and open the letter, it says, you're now the April Fool.
You're an idiot.
So like on that day, if someone gives you something and says deliver it, well, I'm not doing either one. I'm not going to open it up, and I'm not going to do your running for you and try to fool some other guy. And
that's why that one doesn't catch on in America.
Yeah, because we're just
American
lazy. We're not
thing.
running around.
I'm not running for you.
Trash. Shredder.
Yeah, we could make this turn happen today. That'd be awesome.
Oh, he can't turn. Wants to. Oh, that person is my April Fool.
They've done it.
And that person, and that person. Especially that person with the lights on their car.
Let us pick up.
Well, look at this.
Our secondary passenger.
Is the trick on me? We have someone?
We have someone today.
Fantastic.
What's going on,
Hey
sir?
guys, I'll be your hitchhiker for today.
Fantastic.
A guest passenger for a few blocks?
I feel like I know you.
Excellent. Yeah, man. How you doing?
It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Where we going? 4th Street, maybe?
Yeah, we'll go a few down. Go a few
my
down.
seatbelt
Yeah.
for safety.
For safety's sake.
That's a great rig there. I love it.
Yes. Kind of
try.
impromptu.
We get by.
That's awesome. Much better than I expected.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
So you know me then?
Yeah, yes, I do.
So what's going on, John?
Not much.
Yeah?
Yeah, just working today.
Yeah, how's business? How's digs?
Not bad. You know, this is a good season.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are topics today, guys? Oh, there's the notes. Oh,
There's
this is
the
great,
notes.
people.
We were just talking about April Fool's Day.
And
You
it-
get the full behind-the-scenes treatment.
I hadn't done anything. You guys done anything about that yet?
No.
No.
No, I
Road.
anymore it seems like if you try
Right.
and you fail, you just seem like a complete dope,
Right.
you know?
And that's been kind of the stories we were talking about, like the history of April Fool's Day, like where it came from. And
Right. Isn't that from the pagans, Pagan New Year or something?
yeah, and that's
Could be, yeah.
that's close. I mean, there was like, what was it, the Roman celebration?
They
of
used
the
to
New
celebrate the New Year on April 1st.
Right.
And then one of the popes came out in 1582 and said, new calendar,
Right.
January 1st is the New Year. And those who still decided to celebrate it on April 1st were mocked and made fun
Right.
of
They fools.
and
Yep.
became the fools.
It's true.
And then we found, people went against that because, they said it wouldn't have spread outside of Europe if that was the case, and this is how it happened. And everyone has some idea of how it happened. And it was ridiculous.
Yeah, Google usually makes something stupid on April Fool's Day.
Year. Yeah, and any big game like companies and stuff, they'll usually put something out. Except for the Goat Simulator people, that comes out today.
That comes out today?
So you're
Maybe
in
not.
luck.
Maybe not.
I'm getting in line for that later on this afternoon.
Goat Simulator, line it up on Steam.
I got on Huffington Post this morning, and usually they have some kind of good picture to go with whatever article they have. And it was all these like videos of cats doing weird shit. And I'm like, how are there so many fucking videos about cats? And I was like, but the titles of the articles didn't match a cat picture.
About the level of content I normally see on Huffington Post.
And sure enough, they were just changing all their pictures to cat pictures.
Yeah, they were just being honest for
Yeah, this is your internet.
Sham they are of a news organization.
This is your internet.
I'm Aaron Huffington.
Oh man,
Oh man, I mean that woman deserves a beatdown. I don't really know how to. Did I just say that?
any interview I've ever seen with her though has been pretty annoying. I don't know, just the voice and the whole deal. But all right, John.
Yeah, well, this is our stop. I'm gonna walk back.
Yeah,
All right, man. Did you want to put out there anything, people to check you out?
Yeah,
at?
what do you
Check
got,
out your
John
wares?
Cattermall?
Yeah, JohnCattermall.com, and I can
Awesome
Look 'em
stuff,
up on
man.
Facebook.
Checking out some
Facebook and
YouTube stuff.
yeah, I'll post this
Good
because
stuff.
people want to see me appearing on your very
That's what
famous show.
That's what I'm thinking.
My fans are gonna be really excited about it.
Fantastic. We hope
we're
you
looking
have
forward
lots.
to your fans.
I look forward to coming back for another visit.
Anytime, man.
Any day.
Anytime.
We pass that way every day.
All right.
Any day you're
Maybe
there.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Cool.
Or if not, I'll see you guys on the internet.
The interwebs.
Nice. Nice. He got a tour of our studio.
Yeah, I know. It's all large and impressive and
in
whatnot.
charge. Speaking of large, there was a bank that put $31,000 into a teenager's account. This kid was 18 years old, and he checks out his account one day, and there's $31,000 extra dollars
Oh, like a bank error. or
sitting in
something.
there. Yeah. What happened was, now this is First Citizens Bank in Hull, Georgia.
Thanks, cop.
Now,
man.
you recall yesterday we were talking about Georgia not being with the times because the whole prom fiasco. Well, apparently this bank, they're not too keen on using account numbers
Okay.
with your bank. They just go by your name. And a gentleman came in
Georgia?
Georgia, and he wanted to deposit his $31,000 check. And they said, sure. Well, this teenager has the same name as him, so they just put it in his account. And because, if you have a large check, they're like, well, it takes so many days to clear and all this other stuff. This guy didn't know until 10 days later that his money wasn't sitting in his account.
Oh, right. Because he's just sitting there expecting it to clear.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it'll clear,
problem.
got some time. Well, in the meantime, this kid took out $20,000 in cash from the account.
Well,
$5,000 in debit purchases, and he's just, living the life, blowing this cash, blowing the money. So by the time they find it, they notify the kid and they said, hey, you owe us this money. He was like, no, I don't. And they were like, well, we made a mistake. He's like, oh, exactly, you made a mistake. And they said, well, we're going to press charges then. And he said, well, you can't. He said, the reason I spent it was, he said, I really did think it was mine because I was expecting an inheritance from my great-grandmother. Now, why the money would just show up in your account, you know, without anything else. But they said that they, you know, are still going to give them the opportunity to return the money. They haven't pressed charges yet. And he said, all right, look, he said, I'll be there, you know, tomorrow. We'll talk this out.
April 1st.
We'll see what we're going on.
There.
Kid never shows. So he doesn't show up to the bank. And they said that they still intend to press charges. You know, I don't know in a case like that if they can. I
don't know, man.
I mean, it's a bank. I mean, he never notified them.
This is the world of ones and zeros, man. I don't know.
You know, you know, they're insured. I mean, it was their mistake. They screwed up.
That's what I would think. I mean, go with that. Don't.
Yeah.
How are you pressing charges on somebody that?
You know, you're still going to owe the real guy his 31 G's.
I mean, granted, he figured it out. He knew it, and
that's why he took out a large chunk of cash. What are you taking $20,000 of cash out in? You know.
You're being a scumbag about it. But well, how the hell are you getting $20,000 out of the bank?
I guess you make it with
you and I go in there. I mean, what are you doing?
Can you get cash out like that, or are they going to write you a check to deposit somewhere else?
If you're like
a cashier's check.
If you're like a big shot in like fucking Zurich or something.
But then again, this bank doesn't even really check account numbers. They just go by John Smith.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that kid, but he was living the life for about a week. And he said all the money's spent. I'm guessing no matter what happened, he's got $20,000 squirreled away somewhere.
That's Brewster's Millions right there.
He's getting hotel rooms and champagne and buying everybody jewelry.
Yep, renting the fucking the Mets for a day. Oh, come on.
Oh, traffic schmaffic.
Pull up, you fucking turd.
And some people, look at the notes, this is like the money episode.
Yeah.
Some people they don't just get money given to them by the bank. They try to earn money, you know, the real way. And this one woman,
the way everybody else has to.
She's a mother of 2 kids. I guess she's one of those moms that doesn't really understand the internet too much, and doesn't really know what site does what the purpose is behind everything. Her boyfriend gets arrested, and his bail is set at $4,000. So she doesn't have the money, no one has the money. So she goes onto Facebook, creates an account, even friends, you know, some of the neighbors and everything, and is seeing if anybody wants to buy her 2 kids for $4,000. Because, you know, you got to make money somehow.
Yeah.
And, it didn't last too long at all. The people that she friended on Facebook, I guess she thought she'd be advertising to, saw that, and they called the cops right away. And
oh my gosh.
Now she's looking for bail with her boyfriend. Not the brightest bulb. And by the picture, it was just like, if you just showed me her picture and said, you know, does this woman understand what Facebook is? No.
Yeah.
No, there would be no hesitation.
It's the classic mugshot.
Yeah, just there's a hair, big bass. What did I do wrong? You know. Another couple people that had some luck was a Virginia couple. Won the lottery 3 times in 15 days in March.
Man.
The first time they hit $1 million on the Powerball.
I wouldn't be playing after that.
No, exactly. Why are you spending money on something that you shouldn't? You know, it's just a waste at that point. You got your once-in-a-lifetime shot.
Right.
They got all the numbers except the Powerball. They won $1 million. Good to go. The next day, they won $50,000 in the Virginia State Pick 4 lottery. They got the numbers and they like multiplied it or did the box and this and that, whatever. But they end up winning $50,000 on a couple tickets where they just combined the same numbers.
Well, you know what? These are like the lottery addicts. These are these people that
God knows how much they've lost.
Yeah, I mean, to get to this point,
if he's spending $20 a day,
they broke even
on lottery tickets.
Winning that $1 million, they broke even.
Yeah, after taxes and all that other stuff. So then a couple days after that, he's in the store and the husband buys a scratch-off ticket scratch-off ticket, wins another $1 million.
Another million?
$1 million from the scratch-off tickets.
Oh.
And he looked at it, and he was saying, like, nah, it's just, and he looked at it a bunch of times. He came home. He said at this point they were nonchalant about it, like they're getting cocky. Yeah. He says, honey, we did it again. She's like, what do you mean? He shows her the ticket.
$1 million.
Got another $1 million. So they won $2,050,000 in the last 15 days. And
wow.
They said that they are not finished yet.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to win more. I like to say fools, but they just won $2 million in the last 2 weeks, 3 different ways.
Yeah.
But I just see them dumping that money back in.
Yeah, after that, especially, 3 times in a week, you're going to win once and that's it.
Yeah.
You're done. I mean, you're not going to Vegas with those odds. You won. You beat the house.
Yeah.
The one time.
You are now the house.
Right.
And I can see them getting frustrated as they don't win.
Right.
Just buying more and more. And well, if we buy 5,000 tickets tonight.
I saw kind of a weird thing today with those scratch-off tickets. There was, in a Wawa, there was a soda machine, but just had scratch-offs in it. I never saw a machine like that. But it was...
Oh, no, yeah, I've seen them.
I've never seen
them in grocery stores. Yeah, let my kid get them for me.
Yeah.
Here, pick one.
I said D5! What is this?
She's better at it than me. Or I should say she has better luck than me.
Yeah.
So, and we'll hit one other lucky bastard. Scrap dealer in the Midwest. He goes to a scrap yard, and he's looking to buy up scrap gold. Right, like I guess anything that has gold in it to buy it. I don't know if he didn't say if he uses it to turn into anything or if he tries to sell it at a better price, whatever. But he must have some success in doing what he's doing because he was looking to spend about $14,000 in scrap gold. So he buys. And
gold's up there.
Gold's.
That's only it's almost like. Is it $1,000 an ounce or close to that? Like 900 something an ounce.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's one thing they say if you're going to invest in, always invest in gold because that through history has always gone up in value.
Goes up.
Yeah. So he gets his stuff, finds out one of the things he bought was a Fabergé egg from Imperial Russia, and it has been valued at between $20 and $33 million.
And this is different than the Fabergé egg that was like at the junk dealer or whatever. Wasn't there something like a few weeks ago where somebody found like a Fabergé egg like at a yard sale or something? The guy didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, at a yard sale?
He got all scared and...
Oh, no, yeah, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago.
Wow.
That's
Fabergé eggs popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, they traced this one back and said it was from St. Petersburg in 1917, belonged to Russian Czar Alexander III, and he gave it to his wife for Easter in 1887. Like there's a history behind this egg. Somehow they have it recorded. This group of Fabergé eggs, 50 of them were made, 42 survived, and this guy now has one of them. So
that guy's gonna come to pieces like a fucking egg in a couple minutes. Weaving in and out. Fucking moron.
Which guy's this? This guy?
SUV up there.
Oh, okay.
Swerved around that thing.
So we'll make sure to pull over and check his pockets when we do.
That we will flip the camera around for you.
Yes. If we see anything that dramatic,
you will see it also.
You will see everything. So that's the stories of lucky bastards today.
Huh. It's interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people doing better than we are on accident. Right. We try and try.
Yeah. Scraping by my lottery tickets that I don't buy ever.
Yeah, no. But I don't. I buy a couple every now and then, and I don't have a single fucking digit.
Yeah.
And I go, that was a waste of money.
Yeah, but, when it gets up there.
It's fun. You play that dream game for the night,
Mm-hmm.
From the moment you buy the ticket till you hear the numbers.
Oh, I know exactly what my heart will be like, whoa, and then I'll have to drive down there. I'll have to call out of work, because if I call out of work, then I'll need all day at least. I'll have to find a lawyer.
And then I'm gonna have to get a real solid like briefcase or something to keep it in to bring it down to the State Department. And after taxes and the lump sum, I'm gonna have this much money. I'm gonna give this much to so and so, this much to so and so. This I'm gonna do it. Then I'm gonna buy this.
And it's all for naught.
And then it's like wah wah.
But I guess that's the game. You know.
That's the fun. You're buying a dream for a night.
high.
You're renting a dream.
Right.
This day in history, April 1st, 1924, Adolf Hitler was sentenced to 5 years in prison for high treason in relation to the beer hall Putsch, I don't even know how to pronounce it. But he was sentenced to 5 years in jail. 1952, April 1st, the Big Bang Theory was proposed. 1976, Apple Computer began operations. Shortly before,
I think I did know that one.
Before our birth. 1578, William Harvey of England discovered blood circulation. Guess they didn't know what happened and how the body works. Not in 1578.
That's pretty early.
I would have liked to have read how he discovered that. Or was it just a matter of continually seeing people coming out with limbs cut off and blood spurting and what makes it spurt?
Making that connection.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, before that, it was like the different humors or something. Like to treat different illnesses, they would diagnose you with whatever humor was low, or you had too much of this humor, so that's why they had to bleed you.
Right.
So we had to get rid of some of that humor to bring your other ones back up.
But I guess thank God he did. I mean, I had a feeling if he didn't, someone else would have. It's not one of those things that was like discovered by accident.
No, that's
we had to be close to it. And back then, hell, someone else probably did, and he just took the credit for it.
Man,
I'm a genius.
Recognize this.
In your face.
Or he had enough money to publish a book.
Right.
That was the other thing.
Some female discovered it, and he said, "You can't get credit for that. This is 1578, baby. In England, I don't know where you think you're living. Look at this bitch.
Unbelievable.
Hey, God forbid you'll wait in the line. No, just
no turn signal or anything.
Cut her, just you're good. Just squeeze in there. What's on the back of this car? What's that say?
I don't know, but that one's the license plate of hers. 23459.
23459. White Chevy. Oh, now she's getting ridden. They're riding her ass. And how's my driving? Yeah. We should call up very well. Keep riding her ass.
No, this guy was angry when we first got on the on-ramp. He cut me off. So.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not happy with his
just
driving.
A couple angry people going on. Oh, now she's getting cut off. It's a parade of cutoffs. Yeah, watch. There's going to be a
this is
fender bender here waiting to happen.
This is the soup. It's already been made. Angry soup.
We just got to let it simmer. Wow. All right, two more. 1938, two things happened. The first commercially successful fluorescent lamp was introduced.
Oh, okay.
And the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame opened up in Cooperstown, New York.
Oh.
That I did not know was that long ago. I didn't know it was 1938.
38, yeah.
Kind of shocked me.
Well, it's a fairly old game. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean, geez, the
things
Phillies
aged in the U.S. I mean, that's old for the U.S.
Well, yeah. The fact that they had a Hall of Fame, right. New York was that put together, where they were doing stuff like that. But I mean, shit. The Phillies yesterday, they scored 14 runs in the home opener, and they threw up a stat. The last time they scored that many runs the opening day was the year 1900. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Put it like that, Yeah, 113
exactly.
years ago. In fact, they even have the records for that. Of course, baseball's ridiculous with their stats.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's all it is.
Ever since people started doing those box stat things, and I mean, that was like the reason to go to the game was to
do that. It was something fun. It was almost like bingo, but you didn't win anything. You just kept the score. But nowadays they put all that information in the computers, and they can come up with any goofy stat they want to know, and it boop, pops right up.
It's probably pretty easy to do. I mean, just from people's box stats, you know.
Oh yeah, you just throw the info in there and it does the rest.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then, since we're all talking about sports, have you seen the new NFL rules yet for this year?
Oh, yeah, I saw a thing on that. It was like they can't dunk the ball over the
You can't slam dunk over the goalpost. You can do a layup over the goalpost, but don't hang on to the goalpost.
Oh, that's right.
Because for years they were doing that, not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, a guy does it, bends the upright, and they got to pause the game for 45 minutes while they
fix the upright.
So now,
and they raised the height of the uprights, right?
Mm-hmm. They raised them from 30 feet to 35 feet. Because you know, in the ball, they kick the ball and it just goes over, and you're not sure if it was in or out.
Right.
I guess they figured 5 more feet would take care of that. But now you know there's just going to go over the 35-foot mark, but I guess I'm sure they did some kind of measurement where most of them are within 5 feet.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of, again, stat behind that.
Which is probably with it being more top heavy, where they don't want you slam dunking into it.
Bring the whole thing down. And then there was something about instant replay. I didn't see what that was, though.
The referees can now contact the NFL headquarters in New York during the game to make sure they are making the right call.
What happened to their,
it's their job
authority
to make the call. And I guess because if it's something ridiculous, have you ever seen when they're discussing a play and they're in replay and then all the referees get together and then they go to the guy in New York, like the lawyer, and I guess he's got all the rules in front of him. He's like, well, under this rule, blah, 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 and really the way it should be is blah, blah, blah. I guess because of blown plays or getting tired of that or blown calls. But you know what? I'm still sorry. These referees get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do what they do. We're just asking you to memorize some rules. And now, granted, I know there's a lot of rules, but hundreds of thousands of dollars to work 16 days a year, right in the middle of the lane. I'll switch when I want to. I own 2 lanes right now. Got to be on her phone. Has no clue. Now the turn signal. You're halfway in the lane. And you know what? I'm getting over.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
An extra long.
Good news for the listeners. Due to unforeseen traffic, there will be a long version of the commute.
I knew this was coming, though.
We're going to be winging it. What's going on up here?
There's some accident on the bridge or something.
Well, we're close to the bridge.
Yeah, I can
commute to bridge.
I can almost see it.
You can almost see the really tall bridge.
Yeah.
What else do they have? You can no longer hit somebody from the knees from behind.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You used to be able to, you couldn't hit them from the front or the side, but behind was okay. You're going to see a lot of penalties called for that. You're just chasing a guy down, you dive for him.
Right.
Oh, I hit the back of my knee.
Or maybe they'll start diving like
hockey players.
No, or hockey players, or European football players.
I'll have to start calling dives.
Yeah.
And what else? Extra points will now be kicked from the. Used to be kicked at the 2.5 yard line. Now you kick them from the 25 yard line.
Right. Yeah.
So you can still go for 2 points if you want, and the 2 point is from the 2.5 yard line.
Yeah.
But the extra point is from the 25 yard line. So I'm sure that'll cost somebody a game or two. Pretty early on. Even though they're pretty much given. 25 yard line ends up making it a 42 yard kick. Once you hike the ball and get to the uprights. So you see a number of them being missed.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, make it more exciting, because the freaking extra points, man. Just who cares about them? It's a waste of time.
Yep.
It's boring. I mean, every now and then, the ball will get, they'll fumble the snap or something. They got to get up and try to run it in, but it's so few and far between.
Yep. There's not nearly enough of that.
A little fun in California yesterday. It was the final day to sign up for Obamacare, if you wanted to. And the California State site, the website that they had a phone number listed on it. If you're hearing impaired and you need to speak with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they have those hearing impaired phone numbers you can call.
Yeah.
Well, they muffed up the number on the website, and it ended up, when you would make the phone call, it would send you to a hot ladies hotline. It would tell you, like, ladies, are you looking for a man?
How did that get?
You can get on for
like
free. Men, are you looking for women? Sign up now and meet a
Look
hot
at this.
lady
Look
tonight.
at this. Look at that.
Wow. SUV. We're stuck in traffic. To our right, we're in the right lane of 3 lanes. To our right,
On Route 1.
on Route 1, is just a big hill. Just a hill, pretty steep, with some kind of, looks like old, you know, throughway road.
Yeah,
really.
that was old 9 or 13 or... I think that
And
was
this
old
guy
13.
just rides right down the embankment and says, I'm taking the old road. It's not even a road. Like, we're
No.
literally looking at where the road begins.
Yeah.
It just runs into grass.
Yep, South DuPont Highway.
Wow. Holy
Unbelievable.
mackerel. That would have
There's
been
a cop
great.
right there.
Ah! Right next to us in the left lane. Apparently, you know what? Fuck it. Go that way, Larry. We're going this way. It's not
Apparently
so
that's-
steep right here.
Yeah, that's the new road.
We can fit through the trees. Wow.
Cop
Holy
right there.
shit. It would have been great if he just wrecked it. He just
Yeah.
went to go down, tumbled. Oh, man. We're so close to having so much extra good footage for today.
Yeah. It'd be almost like an action movie by the time we're done with it.
Get in the chopper. Wow. But so this California website. So then when they're contacted about this, the spokesperson gets real defensive and says there's never been anything wrong with our website. The number has always been correct. We double check everything, and I can't even believe you're calling us about this. You're wasting my time. Good day to you. And then a few minutes later, a correction email gets sent out to everybody saying, sorry about the number being wrong, but hang in there.
Oh, man.
We're getting it fixed.
So, somebody probably got on the site and did that. I mean, that's... How would it be, like, the exact number?
It was 1 digit off. So it could be, it could have just been, yeah, you're keying the number in, and this person thinks their typing is error-free.
I don't know.
Either way, I love it. I don't,
Yeah, either way, it's funny as
yeah,
hell.
who cares if someone hacked it or not?
Yep. The joke still exists. Oh, man.
I still say we cut through the
Yeah, I mean, that...
woods here.
Yeah, it can easily
It's apparently
take that
legal.
hill.
Cops don't care if you do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're, you know... They're open
Exit
to that.
152 on Route 1. You can drive wherever, however you want. It's A-okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we might even have some footage from behind us of the guy
Yeah, flying off the side.
flying
I
off.
don't know. Probably not.
Oh,
We're low. We need some extra angles.
so share the video so we can get some more funds in.
Yeah, we can have the external cameras. See what we see.
So over in Japan, they've come out with Kit Kats that you can bake. I don't really understand what the purpose is of them, but they call them bakeable Kit Kats.
What?
So a couple restaurants decided to, I guess they figured, well, what do you do with these? They're making pizzas with the Kit Kats. It's Kit Kat pizza. And they're calling them Bacon Tasty Mini Kit Kat Custard Pudding Flavored Pizza. I don't think that's going to be on my list.
No.
I do not. They also offer a mango dolce pizza.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You say that, but then, like, there's probably something to it being, like, a sweet, mixed with some kind of savory or something.
Well, they advertise them as sweet pizzas for adults. So they're not advertising them as, like at first I thought, okay, it must be really a pastry
right.
type thing. But no, they offer them as sweet pizzas. I don't know why for adults. I don't know why kids couldn't eat them.
I don't know.
Fucking Kit Kats. You know, unless in Japan kids don't get Kit Kats.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't know Kit Kat was that popular.
Yeah, apparently.
Elsewhere.
Yeah, it was the, I think they said it was the Nestle brand in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Put this out. And I don't know why they would, well, I mean, candy's so different in every country.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they did the studies and thought the Japanese want to bake Kit Kats.
Dude, you barely go across the border. Like, Canada, you know, Smarties over there are like, they're like M&M's except with like it's like a flavored candy shell on the outside. Really freaking good. Like better than Smarties here, but
their chocolate's different too. It's like more aerated.
Yeah, it can be, yeah. Depending on...
People go crazy over it. To me, it tastes just like a different kind of chocolate.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, I like dark chocolate anyway, so...
I love dark chocolate.
You know, mixing it in a different way is not going to affect the flavor.
Have you ever had the 99%?
Not 99.
Chocolate?
No.
Oh man, that is awesome.
I can't even imagine that.
It's you get this rush from it. It comes in, you know, squares you can break off.
Yeah.
And it's real thin. It's thinner than usual chocolate.
I would think it'd be real crumbly too. I mean, there's almost no fat in it.
It's crisp. It's real. Like you can break it with your teeth.
Well, that's what you want. That's a good chocolate. If
right.
You can break
Snap
it with your teeth. Yeah, that's...
But really, you just let it sit on your tongue.
Yeah.
And
well,
it just dissolves
something like that.
in your tongue, and then you get this rush. Like you feel like, you know, nothing can stop me now. Well, I think it lasts for like 10 minutes, and then you come back down to earth.
Antioxidant power.
But yeah, it's good stuff. If you ever see that in the store, that's what you want.
I usually go with like this. It's like 89% or something. I use that to like bake and stuff with. So
yeah, the 99 you couldn't even bake with.
No,
it wouldn't melt.
It's too far past.
You know, you might as well just be using pure cocoa then. But oh yeah, that's good stuff.
But even that, I mean, there's some cool ways it's used, and you know, different drinks that are made from it. You know, South Central America and through there's some really cool uses for it that we just don't do here.
Oh, I'm sure where it's produced, yeah, they just have 8 million ways. You know, the more ways you have, the more you're going to sell it. Like, look at all the ways we make hot dogs.
An American treat.
Just for you.
Fresh from my body.
Well, let's see. Before my phone dies, let's call the desert.
Yeah, since we are in the wasteland of traffic.
We're in the automobile desert. Okay, if anyone's looking to call the phone booth, it is 760-733-9969. We would love to hear from you.
The number you have dialed has been changed to a conference. One other party is in this conference.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Fucking, are you serious? One other party. This is the other party. Looking to make a connection here. Talking a podcast for a bit. One other party. One other party. Party of one. God damn it. Ruin my day. Who needs you? Don't need your other party.
You'll be calling back.
Oh yeah, you will. You know you want to talk on here. You get shy at the last minute. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to talk to. They're going to call and I'm going to talk. Hello. Oh man, god damn it.
But you had the hook in and everything.
Jesus. one of the party. We didn't even get a hello this time.
Nothing.
Last time we get a hello.
No common courtesy anymore.
No.
With these people.
You just hang up.
You call, you some kind of party chat line thing, and
The telephone is not a toy, people.
We've got shows to make.
Right? All right. Anyway. You know how sometimes when you wake up and you're just really hungover, and you just wish there was something that would just get rid of your hangover for you?
Sure.
Well, now there is.
Oh yeah.
As long as you live in Atlanta, Chicago, or Vegas.
I do not.
No, well, you're still gonna get hangovers then. But there's these places. They started in Atlanta, Georgia, called hydration stations.
Okay.
And what it is, you go there, and they give you an IV hangover cure. And it's a mixture of fluids and vitamins, and they hook you. So they give you an IV for that. They sit you in this nice leather chair, and they have TVs, and they hook you up to that, and they give you oxygen. And in about 15 minutes, you're good to go. Hangover gone, ready for the day.
Just by rehydrating it?
Rehydrating, giving you vitamins, because essentially a hangover is you've sucked all your nutrients out of you, all your vitamins, and it's withdrawal. You know, the body still needs it, so they hook you up. You can get the top of the line Niagara treatment for $99.
Niagara, huh?
Niagara. I guess they just fill you so full of fluids, you are ready to just flood out.
This
overflow.
is still just an IV, right? I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not a tube
I
going
don't know.
anywhere else.
These are pretty fancy cities. It could be anything there. I'm used to my lower Delaware.
Yeah, you know, well, especially in Vegas, you never know what that, you know. Oh, you want the Niagara? Stop trow. But their most popular one is the baptism for $29.
Okay.
$29 seems to do the trick. They give you an internal rinse, oxygen.
Again, a what rinse?
Internal rinse.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But it's through the IV.
I don't know about
it's
that.
It's not anally forced.
That sounds very rectal to me. I'm just saying. From
And they call it the baptism. Oh, we're gonna welcome you into the family. Prepare to be baptized.
Oh.
Yeah, they call it a lactated ringer and 15 minutes of oxygen, and you're good to go. The guy came up with this idea for a business. He was getting married, and as the groom, he hired a nurse for the wedding to keep his friends in drinking condition throughout the day. So as they would start to get like way drunk and messed up, this nurse would come over and replenish their fluids and do whatever and make them feel a little better, and they could keep drinking. Sass. Why turn off at this point? You're just...
Well, to get on 13 and go across the bridge.
Yeah, but everyone else is doing the same thing.
Right, that's why I'm not doing that.
You know, it's...
I mean, I was going to, but it's like, look at Sassy.
Sass. Get with it, man. Yeah, look,
It's a wall of traffic.
Yeah.
I knew that's what it was going to be like, and it's going to be like that all the way across the bridge. You know what? We're just staying one at this point.
Yeah. Need a buck?
I think I got one.
Yeah, if not, I got it. So yes, his groom hires a nurse to keep his friends in drinking condition. Oh man, I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Like that's
was that a factor though in your wedding, or?
Not so much because of drinking, but Kendra got very dehydrated throughout the day, just running around.
Well, see, the nurse wasn't hired for that though.
Well, she could have rehydrated her. I'm paying you, nurse. You're gonna fix everybody.
Okay, everybody's on.
You know, everybody's on. Yeah, you're just paid for the day. You do what you got to do. But yeah, even I didn't get to get hammered at my own wedding because it's like, you know how it is. You're shaking hands and
yeah,
you're table to table. You get a drink, you put it down and talk to someone. You walk away. Where's my drink?
Right.
You know, it was.
Yeah, we had really good food too. We had like we had Mexican food, and I only got like one plate of it, and that was it, man. It was really good. I wanted just a ton more, but you gotta talk to everybody. You gotta walk around and stuff.
We didn't get our cake. Did I ever tell you that story?
You what?
We didn't get any of our cake.
It was just people just ate it all.
We got, we did the whole bite thing, like, I'm gonna feed you the cake, and I wasn't even allowed to smash it in her face.
Yeah, we weren't doing that.
She threatened me with a high hell. Even then, I could tell she was like ready to pounce, like she didn't trust me. Here, you're gonna marry me, but you don't trust me.
No trust.
We started out on a good note. But so we had that bite. Everyone's yay, and then we go. I don't know. We had to do the dance or whatever comes next after the cake.
Whatever thing.
And but it was a big cake, and they cut up all the cake and they give it to everybody. Mm-hmm. And then they have, we kept the top of the cake to freeze. You're supposed to eat it on your anniversary.
Yeah.
And that was a disaster. We took that home. But let me backtrack here. Mm-hmm. So they cut up all the cake, and then when everyone has their cake, they put all the cake on the plates, like in little take-home bags, and if someone wants to take a piece of the cake home, they can.
Sure, yeah.
And we figured out we'll grab some of that. We'll actually get to eat the cake. Mm-hmm. Then delicious cake too. Well, one of our friend's mothers decided she had a big enough purse.
She's taking all the bags.
Taking every bag of cake, man. So we were like, "Where's all the cake?" Someone came up and told us, "Oh yeah, she was over there at the table, loading up her bag, man. Like every piece of cake, literally every piece of cake, she just loaded her bag up with, and I'm going, see ya." It's a big old bag full of cake. Our wedding cake, our a couple $100 wedding cake.
She took the whole thing.
I'm eating this cake. This is some good cake. Didn't even ask. Didn't even check. I would have been like, you know what? Take a bunch. We want 2 pieces. I don't care who gets cake.
Right.
We want 2 pieces. Fine with that. We can go home and eat some cake. Throw it in. Gotta go. Leave
out of here. You got any bottles? Got any bottles of wine? Taking that too. Anything not nailed down?
I'm taking it. This is your chair? We take this chair?
Silverware? Anybody?
But yeah, it was. So then the year anniversary comes up, mm-hmm. and we decide, all right, now we get to eat our cake. We take the cake out of the freezer and we thaw it out, and it was just mush.
Rancid.
It just turned to egg.
Oh,
it was. It had like the strawberry filling layer, and I guess that didn't help. That just melted into everything, and so we each had 2 bites of our wedding cake. One at the wedding, and another bite the year later, mm-hmm. and it was. We threw the rest away.
Man.
So we try to tell everybody, do not save your wedding cake. It's a bad idea. Don't freeze it.
It always has been a bad idea.
If you take the top home, just eat it.
I don't know if we did that or not.
Throw it in your bed and just bang each other on top of the cake.
Make a better use of the cake.
Exactly. You can use icing as lube if you have to.
Make it memorable.
If you're going to the baptism, if you're getting a baptism internal cleanse, use the icing. And then it'll taste better when you're checking out the wares. I don't know. Traffic.
Yes, traffic indeed.
Did you have any real drunkards at your wedding?
Yeah. We had this. There was a picture frame thing, and there was a board where it had, I don't know if it was our wedding picture or whatever went in the middle. Maybe that wasn't there yet. And then everybody can sign the frame. And there's some interesting signatures on the frame.
Nice.
Some pictures and
I remember someone getting really drunk at Gabe's wedding.
Oh yeah?
Do you remember that? I didn't think you would.
Was it me? I remember part of my speech, but
yeah, I remember afterwards. Not so much, I guess, at the wedding, but afterwards we went back to his mother's house and we just kind of hung out there for a bit. Mm-hmm. And you were just hurting. Someone had to bring you home.
That's excellent.
It was great.
That would not be the first time. Bringing the door with my head.
They're the good nights, though, man. That's what memories are made of.
It is.
That was a fun wedding.
Yeah, ours. Nothing too much like that. There was although the one thing I couldn't get and that I wanted was I wanted Guinness. like on tap, and like they couldn't do it at the
Really?
thing. So yeah, some friends of mine, they brought some
Oh, that's cool.
in a cooler, so we hit the parking lot and
Nice.
went back inside. Had
I
some like
remember
on my table.
I got pretty drunk at my sister's wedding. And I mean, we were drinking before we even got to the church.
Mm-hmm.
We had a limo and it was picking up all the guys, and my brother-in-law had all kinds of beer, stuff. So we're just slamming them back. And before you know it, we got to the church, and I just opened one, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta chug this. So I chug another beer, and we do the whole wedding thing, and we get to the reception, and I was supposed to say the prayer before everybody ate.
Mm-hmm.
And I get there, and they had this some kind of sour drink fountain, like a whiskey sour fountain.
Really?
So I just get there, and I'm slamming them back.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, get ready. We all just stand up. We're all at the big table, and we all just stand up for something.
Mm-hmm.
I just said to my cousin, I was like, yeah, man, I am trash. And all of a sudden I hear someone say, and now sing the grace, Joe. And I'm like, huh? And this microphone's in my face, and I'm like, oh God. And I was like, okay, that's the beginning of the prayer. And I said something, I said some prayer, nice, short and sweet. And that was that. So then the drinking just kept going on. And at one point, I went over to Kendra, and she's at a table, sitting with a lot of my family.
Mm-hmm.
But it was loud. This place was real loud. And I went up to her, and I was like, what did you do with the gift? And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, you were supposed to bring the gift. Where did you put it? She said, oh, I forgot it. And I'm like, you forgot it? I'm like, you forgot my sister's wedding gift? And I got like fumed, and I got heated, and I start yelling and screaming, and I'm not in a good way. And I said, that's it. I was like, you are getting it tonight. And then as I say this next line, the entire place gets quiet. I say, you are taking it up the ass tonight. In front of my whole family's right there at the table, and they're looking at me like, and I'm like, what? Say something.
You want some too?
She forgot the gift. Isn't that punishment for forgetting a wedding gift? And it wasn't like we weren't all going back to the same house afterwards. Look at me like, here's your gift.
I just found it.
She gets anal reprieve.
Moment of confidence.
And on the way home, it was snowing, and Frank was driving. And you know when you're driving in snow and it looks like Star Wars, you're like warp speed. So I'm like, oh, it's like Star Wars. I'm like, let me drive. I'm like, I got this. I'm going to take the wheel. And he's just like, Joe, please stop. Stop. He didn't want to hear it. He just wants to get home.
Uh-huh.
So that was my big drunk wedding experience.
Yeah, never at a wedding, but always usually camping. Those are the good ones.
That's fantastic, because you are where you're going to be.
Exactly.
You
Not
know?
to go anywhere.
Drink till I fall on my face.
Yep. And that happened plenty of times. It was probably the best. Like waking up, like face out of the tent in like a puddle of mud, and like just my body was in the tent, but my head was not. It was hot in there or something like, and it was nice. It was
You
like
just needed some fresh cool air, and you had to breathe in the cool air.
Because it was like I don't know. It was late in the year, so it was like September, October, or something.
Jesus.
So I need my
cool air you had.
Yeah.
That's
a hangover that day, I'll tell you. But that was good. That was.
You woke up in a puddle.
Yeah, it was like I was like in a puddle of whatever was outside my tent, just mud.
A puddle of whatever.
Yeah, just whatever was tracked in during the day. That's what my face was in.
Oh.
I beat up a tent one time.
Nice.
It had it coming.
I'm sure it did. It was probably fucking with you.
It was. It was one of these ones with the poles that like they go like crossways in towards the door. Who makes a tent like that?
We go in?
Yeah, like to brace up the sides. Like it brings up the sides, but the braces are, to make it pop out straight, angle in.
Not a dick.
Yeah.
Are you sharing the tent with anybody?
More? No.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, then you just screwed somebody's sleeping arrangement up. So you just sleep outside?
It wouldn't be the
sleep
first
on
time
top of the tent?
No. I put a nice dent in it and I went inside. It's okay. The one end was still up and the top was still up, so that was fine.
Are we camping at the beach this year? Aren't we talking about that?
Oh yeah, we should go down there. We've been down there in a long time. Down on Assateague or whatever. Camp like right on the beach.
We could do a show there.
Yeah.
By the bonfire. Sitting
on the way down.
On the way down. The wares, the fun of the evening.
Yeah, a bunch of drunk songs.
We'd have to get the waterproof.
Yeah, we just break the case out. But the only problem with that is the mic doesn't hook into it. So
nah, that's true.
we just need the video anyway, really.
Yeah.
We'll dub over it later.
And this time we were playing with fire.
I don't want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago. That's right through my head. I didn't see a car accident at all.
No, yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know.
There was those guys pulled over like fixing a tire.
Right.
But that doesn't hold up traffic.
And we were stopped under the bridge for some reason. No idea.
Benefits the listeners, they get
extra
more
time.
Commute time.
Extra time with us to hear all these great backstory stories.
Another story coming out of Sweden.
The Swedes.
They are making
besides furniture
and horse meatballs, they are coming up with wearable medical devices powered by blood.
Powered by blood?
Powered by blood. What it is, they run on energy produced by naturally occurring chemical processes in the blood, and the electricity is harvested from the glucose and oxygen in the blood, and then it's stored in biofuel cells, and they can use it to power pacemakers and other smaller items that you need in your body to keep you going.
So you're powering your own device, huh?
Powering your own device. They can use it for pacemakers. That they know they could do right away. They're talking about people have hearing aids, that are hooked up to them through the skull. They would never run out of. You never have to recharge a battery.
I saw something interesting on those recently too. Is they've got it now, so they don't need like an external plug in your head anymore. They can do it like all inside your ear.
Really?
As like a cochlear implant, and it's like you can't you're that the device is there at all. It just
wow. And
for those people, I mean, that's probably
you kidding?
A godsend. I mean, you're probably the most hesitant about having that stuff outside your head.
Oh yeah, it's got. You always feel like someone's looking at you.
Man, that's even better. Then you don't have to worry about like the battery.
You can put it permanently in. You could sew it to the inside the ear or whatever.
Yeah,
let the skin grow over it, whatever they need to have done.
That's really cool.
But yeah, man, using your own blood to power something.
Wow.
That's fantastic. And part of the thing with pacemakers is you're always afraid that, it's only going to last so far, or I guess,
you get too close to a magnet.
Checkups now and then, right? But now it's just.
If you're Kevin Bacon.
But you'll still live.
Right, because nobody dies in that world.
Yeah, you can't die in there.
Piece of shit.
Did you see the following episode yet?
I don't think so.
It got. Not that there's a great explanation for it, but they go into what happened and why. And
I don't.
It made the story.
That's the thing. I don't give a fuck. They can pull anything they want out of their ass at this point because it honestly doesn't matter. There's no repercussions or penalties in that world unless you're a minor character, and then you're dead. That's it.
We're talking about the following.
Or just unless or if you're just like an innocent subway rider.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get shivved.
Then you're gonna catch it in the neck, in the kidneys.
You die violently then.
Yeah.
If you're an extra.
Or not even violently. Like lesser wounds to main characters. If you take one of those, that's deadly.
That is true.
I mean, if you take one shank to the back, you're taking forks to the heart. To
big giant
arms,
magnets
everything.
to your pacemaker.
Yep. Have a good day.
You want to hear about my day? Have a good day. That's
How
what you
dare
need
you,
today.
sir?
More time
How
in
dare
a
you.
car. So you did an hour to work.
Yes, an hour to work, and then
How long to New York?
roughly 3.25 hours to the end of Long Island, right where the Islander Stadium is. Like
Okay.
out the window.
So that's where you were working. When you told me you were there, that's where you had the job at. Okay.
I could like see the Islander Stadium. It was like 2 parking lots away.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's where I was on Long Island. So.
And then the same amount of time back, 3.5
Yeah, I mean we were there maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And then 3.5, at least 3.5 back, because there was traffic.
So
out
you're 8
the
hours in a
back.
car. You've now just completed your 9th hour in a car for the day.
Right, and the tolls up there and back, $47.
I need a pacemaker.
Yeah,
$47.
$47 the way we went.
That's a tank of gas.
Yeah, that's just tolls. It's
That's one day of.
one day, back and forth. That's it.
Well, now you know why people take the fucking train.
Now you know why people jump off those fucking bridges.
Hey, you want my $20 toll fee? Yeah, watch this, fuckers.
Worth it.
First. Today. Wow, that's ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Well, they get you because they know people don't want to live in New York,
Yeah.
so they live just outside of New York. Well, we're going to get your money one way or the other.
Yeah,
You're going to come here and work.
You touch those bridges, man. That's it.
Wow.
That's everything.
It's almost worth it to buy a helicopter.
Just fly
Just take
in.
the fucking helicopter in.
And people do. Yeah.
That's also why people that work there to go in on Monday and they just stay up there till Friday.
Yeah.
You know, why
Yep.
waste the time driving plus the tolls? Between tolls and gas, that's a hotel.
Yeah.
You know, for 3 nights, 4 nights.
Yeah, or take the train in or whatever else. I mean, there's,
Yeah, I knew someone that lived in Wilmington, Delaware, the southern side of it, like Kirkwood Highway,
Okay.
and they worked in one of the World Trade Towers, and they made that commute every day. Every day. It was like 2.5 hours one way. You would take the train, but you got to go to the train, wait for the train.
At what, 3 o'clock in the morning? 2 o'clock in the morning?
He got up pretty early, yeah. Came home late, they'd have dinner, and like that was their night.
Yeah, you don't even have to have, you'd have a diet shake and then go to sleep, because that's all you got time for. Oh my gosh.
So why does he just stay up there? Well, he says he likes to be with me. Man, you must be one hell of a lay.
Right.
You know, or a whore. He doesn't trust you. One or the other.
You can't stay here by yourself.
I don't trust you, whore.
Can't handle the responsibility.
Yeah, man. And then, pretty cool story though, because he worked in whatever tower he worked in. It wasn't one of the 2 that went down.
Okay.
But at the time, he was stuck up there for like 2 weeks. They weren't letting anybody out of the city.
Oh, really?
And that day they shut the bridges down. No one no one out. And it was at least a week. And you couldn't get a hotel anywhere. He was pretty much staying at his job. But he was one building over. I mean, he sat there and watched the whole thing happen. Yeah, he was just the next building over. But it was such a horrible experience. He kind of decided what was important in life, and he was a really good paying job. This guy made bank.
Yeah.
And he quit or retired early, whatever you want to say. Him and his wife, they like to ride motorcycles on the weekends. You know, they had the little motorcycles to ride them off.
Sure.
They sold their house, hopped on their motorcycles, went
Never
to Florida.
looked back, huh?
Went to Florida, got a little place down there. Never looked back. That was it. I was like, good for you, man.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Well, I guess you made your money,
Yeah, I mean, and good
Cash
for him
out.
for not being greedy. You know what?
Yeah.
I made enough. Yeah, I almost lost my life.
Right, I know what my life's worth.
Some
It's
people
not
actually
this.
did.
Yeah, funny.
And it was just a good story, man. It was just like, he came home and, he took some time off.
Yeah.
And she came in one day and she was like, we discussed it last night. I'm putting in my 2 weeks. We're out of here. No jobs, no nothing. Just we're quitting our jobs. Down we go.
Go down to Old Mexico.
Good for you, man. That's fantastic. I'm just jealous.
That had to be terrible too, because I mean, you're not getting any communication out. So, you know, she probably had no idea where it was.
No, she was a wreck. She was a wreck. My office was, or she was right outside my office, and you know, cubicle, and it just, she was a wreck.
Yeah.
I told her, so why don't you go home? Just go. But she was in front of a computer. That was the only way you were getting information that day, if you were lucky enough to still have the internet, because it was so jammed up.
Yeah.
Cell towers were down. Couldn't get any phone calls.
Well, just like the day that earthquake or whatever last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we were up in Philly at the time, and the same thing. There was no, you know, everybody was texting at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
All the cell towers were down, no signals were getting out anywhere.
It's some scary shit, man.
Yeah. Communication breakdown. For as much as people rely on that stuff now, to have it go down when you really need it.
Yep.
That's, I don't know. Have you seen these commercials for, what is it? I don't know if it's Verizon or AT&T, and it's got these two, like, geek guys, like, setting up the tower things, like, in a stadium or something, and there's another one, they're setting it up above the ceiling in an office, and they're just being all cocky about it, like some guy comes up to him and he's like, you guys hiring? And the guy's like, do you know how to reroute a 9-pulse something tower? He's like, is that a deal breaker? And the guy like wanders away. So
they're saying that their shit's the best? Like,
yeah, apparently.
Hardly anyone knows how to install our shit.
Right.
That never works.
But you know, that's what I'm saying is like, I just want to punch those guys in the throat, because you know, when everybody actually needs your technology that you're putting in here, none of it fucking works.
Yep.
So
never works when you need it. It never.
Get cocky all you want, but make it work when it counts. You know, otherwise.
Right. When an emergency strikes.
Nobody's looking for you.
Where's your shit then? Oh, the landlines still work.
Right.
You know.
The thing that you didn't even touch still works.
And that's how dependent we've become on it. It's almost just like, you know, it's not going to work when you really want it to, but it's that security blanket of it may.
Yeah.
Because we talk sometimes. You say, you know what? Why don't we just get rid of our goddamn cell phones? You know, when are they really a must, a necessity? But I think of two things. God forbid you ever break down or something like that. Especially for my wife. I want her to have a phone.
Sure. Or
any kind of emergency. But then, like you said, they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like ours don't work in our house.
Ours don't work, yeah.
Thank you, T-Mobile, you pile of crap.
Sometimes I'll send you a text, they ask you a question, and then after I hit send, I'm like, why did I even bother?
Yeah.
Why did I bother?
I should just pick up the phone.
I know you're going to get it at 5 in the morning when you step out front of your house.
Oh, hey!
Look, I got a text.
I got you some ice cream. It's sitting on your front porch. God damn it. I got you some Ritas. Happy spring. It's just a melted cup of shit on your front porch. Yeah, so we gotta get rid of ours. Either way, I mean, I don't. We'll be switching to AT&T, of all things.
You're going to AT&T?
Probably, because we know people that they come over. It's either that or Verizon. Those are the two that work at our house. So
I prefer Verizon.
You know, whichever's cheaper is going to be the way we go.
It seems like I know Verizon you have better luck with and a little faster than AT&T. Because almost everyone I know at work has AT&T, and the few people that have Verizon seem to have better luck with it. That's why I haven't switched. Because I fucking hate Verizon too, just because they're expensive, and you know, they keep wanting to change shit.
Well, I'm angry at them because I can't get Fios in my house.
You can't get Fios in your house. Yeah, I can't.
So they leave me under the oppressive thumb of Comcast forever.
I know in hospitals, I think it's changed since, but a few years ago in hospitals, they would tell you if you don't have Verizon, you're not getting connection in the hospital.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
they use that network thing where they feed off each other.
Yeah. Where it goes between all the different towers till it finds a thing.
Right.
Well, the one thing I need, like, I don't care about my phone. Like, my phone's fine. So one or the other has to just send me a chip. You know, I don't just send me the SIM card.
Right.
Whichever one will do that for the the cheapest price. That's what
I know. Walmart won't. So I went to get on their plan. The plan's pretty cheap. I heard good things about it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, here's my phone. They're like, we have to buy a phone. I said, well, I like my phone. Just, can you put a chip in it?
Yeah, just
No.
get a SIM card.
You have to buy a phone. All right, well,
There must be something
good day
to
you.
that, to what phones work and don't work with particular SIM cards. I mean, even though they look the same, there must be something to it.
You would imagine. I see it more as they just want to get your money. Like, if you want to that bad, you're going to buy a $200 phone.
Right. That's the
for everyone in your family.
My in-laws, they've got these, I think it's Consumer Cellular or something like that. It's like a branch of AT&T, but theirs is really cheap. Like it's real cheap. Like for both their phones, it's only like $45 or something.
Wow.
So, but going on their site, like they wanted you to have to order the SIM card. They wanted you to have like a previous AT&T phone or something.
Okay.
So I don't know if that won't work. Then
Yeah, because the Walmart deal was $35 a month, unlimited everything.
yeah.
Shit, can't beat that.
No, not at all. I don't know. I don't really use it enough, but I use it enough.
Right.
It's not.
You'd at least like to have service in your house.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to receive a text and send a text from my home. That's not that much to ask. I don't need a whole lot of technology, but
You want a text.
yeah, I don't need to watch like the
Would be
latest
nice.
episode of The Commute on my phone. But I need I need a text in my house.
Let's see, I got one more here. Washington State University. They're experimenting with machines learning.
Is this the human scarecrow? Look at this guy.
His cell phone worked.
Yeah.
Side of the road, Biker Bob.
Damn.
On his cell phone. This big burly dude with this little, tiny little baby cell phone up to his head. Making a call.
I think it was a pink cell phone. So, Washington State University,
Biker Bob, in case you do watch The Commute,
we're coming
we
at you.
love you. Props to you. Yeah. Washington State University experimenting with machines learning by teaching computers how to teach another computer. Okay, so they want to have a computer be able to teach another computer something, but not simply by transferring the program from one to the other. So what they've been having is one computer teach another computer how to play Pac-Man. And they designed algorithms for advice giving and to figure out when the advice they're giving them makes the biggest difference. So they can pinpoint, like, okay, we're having the computer give the other computer this advice. How does this computer react to
The advice.
said advice? And it's not even just simply teaching it the rules. The computer's trying to teach it how to play well. Meaning how to get the most points, not get eaten by ghosts, to survive in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, hey, if there's an entranceway, turn right, turn left. From then, they went and had one computer teach another computer how to play StarCraft. And at times, the student computer was even beating the teacher computer. So it not only learned how to do it better than the teacher computer.
This piques my interest, sir.
Yeah. So we taught a computer essentially how to teach and then let it go. And the computer that learned became more intelligent.
This could be a really great thing.
Now, if that computer teaches another computer, if it became smarter than the teacher computer, now you turn the student into a teacher and give it another student,
Mm-hmm.
how well is that student going to learn? Because now the student's a better teacher than teacher one.
Yeah, because it's breaking down the
Right. It now knows exactly what it needs to teach.
what advice is pertinent and what's not.
Now, they say the reason they did that is because the computer taught, the student computer was essentially what they called a stupid computer at first, because they had no idea, Pac-Man was even a thing.
Right.
They didn't know the rules. If you took a computer that knew how to teach somebody something, how well could it teach kids math? If it taught a stupid brain how to do something better than itself.
Right.
How well, could they teach children math and anything really? But I see it as computers taking over. you know?
Oh, it's Skynet now.
Skynet happening, man. Okay, it could teach a student, but I don't know if you would ever teach a student better than a computer. A computer's always going to be able to do math quicker than you, no matter how smart you are.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's your computer in your head is
it's a pretty good computer.
It's really good. I mean, it can be faster. I mean, it's just a matter of
doing certain things.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, it's the meld between the two is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking was, okay, it's playing StarCraft better. Well, man, that's going to improve like AI on like games. That's like the biggest problem is like.
Yeah. They'll just walk around and just randomly.
Yeah. Well,
shit.
That's the worst. Is if you ever have an escort mission in any game, the AI is so ungodly stupid that it can't do anything.
It doesn't think for itself. It's not artificial intelligence.
No, not
it's
at all.
Just programmed intelligence.
Yep. It reacts to a situation, and that reaction is too slow. You need it to be. That would be great, because think about that. What that would do for like online games and stuff. I mean, you could fill lobbies. With intelligent bots. They would play like other people.
Well, think what that would do even for robots. If you can now have a robot or a computer image or any kind of computer brain to truly interact with a human.
Yeah.
Cyberball. We got Cyberball.
Cyberball would be the greatest invention ever.
Robots playing football, they would think for themselves. Analyze, that would be the best. That's computer versus computer. Analyze the field, see what's happening.
Get rid of all these, players crying about millions of dollars. You don't like your millions of dollars? Forget it then.
We got someone to replace you.
We got, coaches would still have a job. They'd be happy.
Yeah.
They'd still be calling plays.
Hey, just need them to come, or will the computers now come up with plays? Once we teach them the basics of football and how to play it, they can now play better than the teacher. Hey, see you, coach. We don't need you.
We just needed you to teach the the original
Now.
computer.
Zap, zap, zap.
Yes.
Kill him.
I'm surprised it's that much better, really. Like the second generation down.
Yeah.
Because you figure, it's the only thing it has to go on is what it's been taught. So how is it?
I don't know.
Extrapolating
the way they say that it's smarter than. I don't really know if it's so much smarter than, but if it taught it the rules as much as it knew, so now they know the same. And in a game, someone's going to win.
Right.
It might have been by millionth of a second one thing happened before the other, or whatever. But I guess their thing was, by fine-tuning it, because the teacher taught the student so many things, and I guess by them tweaking it when it would get a better reaction out of something, they would only let that funnel through, so it was getting just the real important things fed to it. And again, that was humans tweaking it as it went in.
Yeah.
But I would still like to see that student now become a teacher and teach another stupid computer and see what happens. And hands off. Just let it do its thing. Don't tweak anything. Don't go through and see what it does.
That's cool. Like to how much computing power we have now, that you're able to even make that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from a computer the size of a room down to something that's fits in your pocket.
Yep, something that can just play games. Oh, technology.
How will you destroy it?
But we still have to sit in goddamn traffic to get to work in a car that we drive.
Right.
It doesn't even drive itself yet. Stupid car.
Yep, that's what we need, man. That's the only invention I'm looking forward to, is the smart cars where I don't have to drive anymore.
Smart cars and the people tubes where you just get sucked up like you're at the bank.
Yeah, Futurama.
Yeah. That'd be the best.
Yep.
Although, technology is there for us to work from home,
Right.
but God forbid, that's just
No, that doesn't fit into the corporate environment.
No. How can I call you an asshole if you're all the way at home?
Right. How can I rebuke you?
I need you to sit in traffic and come in so I can call you a dick.
I need to make your lifestyle more miserable than mine so that I can control you easier.
You stupid computer.
Have you learned nothing? Man. Yep.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the extra long version of the commute.
Yeah, they got a good extra
Holy
half hour
mackerel.
at least.
That's fantastic. But that will do it for the show. Remember to follow us on Facebook, on our page, The Commute. Subscribe on YouTube, The Commute Podcast. Send us an email at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. And follow us at Twitter @driverpassenger. See you tomorrow.